After bringing in Paris Hilton to market Century Properties, the Antonio family now brings in American property mogul Donald Trump to give its luxury residential project a new face. Luis Calderon tells us how it all began.
Robbie Antonio's first and still only overseas project was in New York, when his father, Century Properties founder Jose Antonio, put him in charge of building the Centurion on 56th Street. Amid that challenge, Robbie met the family whose name has become synonymous with glitzy development, the Trumps.
I was looking at a deal in New York. We were developing in New York on 56, a half a block from Trump Tower, and I was looking at a deal very close to where we were developing and very close to their headquarters. This is how business started. I met Ivanka in her office, and I met the rest of the siblings, and of course Mr. Trump. And I sort of, at the right juncture, I called them up to discuss a deal in Manila, and they were very excited by the project and the location, and they wanted something significant. I mean,
6 years after that encounter, Robbie is building what he says will be the tallest tower in the country, and has gotten the Trumps to put their name, though not their money, on it. Trump Tower Manila is 56 stories tall, with 220 units priced at 200,000 pesos per square meter.
If you're Trump, you're all about superlatives. The biggest, the tallest.
Antonio says 70% of the tower sold or reserved. Donald Trump Jr. says that's a sign the Philippine market is ripe for high-end properties.
I really think that shows the Philippines and that sort of buyer has really arrived. It's a different class of person that you're selling to than perhaps it would have been 10, 15 years ago. And so I think that's a really strong statement for the Philippine market, especially in the high end.
Licensing the Trump name is just one of the family's businesses. Trump Jr. says his father's name and reputation are valuable, but they need help outside the U.S.
It's always a great thing when you can take a friendship and then turn it into a great business relationship. So for us, it's about partnering with people who have that expertise in any given market. So we always say we're one of the best developers anywhere in the world, but we also don't have the hubris to assume that we can do it in all markets just because we can do it in New York, in the U.S., and other markets that we're more familiar with as we start entering the emerging world. You definitely want to be partnered with someone who has those connections.
The Trumps and the Antonios say this friendship could just be the beginning of a profitable business relationship in the Philippines and possibly abroad. Luis Calderon, ABS-CBN News.